Up internet, does your audio suck? Every single person that's made an audio tutorial on anything takes 45 minutes to tell you their life story, and I hate that, so let's hop in. Now obviously getting good audio for a video comes from a lot of different factors, and it's ideal to be relatively isolated. Number two, it obviously matters what gear you're using, what kind of microphone you're using, the proximity of which that microphone is to the subject speaking. We're not gonna talk about that. What we're gonna talk about is how you can make your audio sound better, regardless if it's been captured by a shotgun mic or a podcasting mic, or even your iPhone. We're gonna hop into Premiere and we're going to edit this speech by Dwight Schrute. Blood alone moves the wheels of history. Have you ever asked yourselves in an hour of meditation, which everyone finds during the day? Everyone finds that hour of meditation during the day. What do you think about when you hear audio? Number one, the frequency. Is there any frequency in the audio? In the lows, which are the mids, which are where the presence kind of comes from, and then the highs where the clarity and the sizzle is. And the first thing I use to fix that is a parametric EQ, or any kind of equalizer. I don't care, do you? Be yourself. So what you have here, down here, are the lower frequencies, the mids, and the highs. My voice isn't quite as clear as I want it to be. It's a little muddied, so I take a subtractive approach and take away first. Blood alone moves the wheels of history. Have you ever asked yourselves in an hour of meditation, which everyone finds during... Great. Take out a little bit of the muddiness, and then I'm gonna go up to the highs and the high mids and bring up a little bit just because I want some more clarity. For greatness. Next thing you think about is leveling the peaks. So if you take a look at this audio form down here, you see there are parts that are a lot more peaky than the valleys in the lower parts. What fixes that is compression. So we're going to use a multiband compressor. So a multiband compressor is a beautiful thing. It splits up your frequency into 4 bands: lows, low mids, high mids, and highs. And then you can control the volume, the amount of compression for each one of the bands. And then they give you a limiter at the end to squash it all together. How a compressor works: when the audio goes this high, a threshold hits it and says, go back down. And then you have the attack, which is how fast it presses it down, the release, which is how long it takes until it lets go, and the ratio, which is how far it's going to push it down. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we need to tame any peaks in the lows. Alone moves the wheels of history, which we clearly don't. We have barely anything down there because my voice is not as deep as your grandfather's. However, we have a lot of peaks in the low mids, and we can see yourselves in an hour of meditation. So I'm going to drag that threshold down. So we have 2-to-1, very light, great for talking, great for voices. And you can solo the bands out, which is dope. I'm all about them bands, you know that. So this high mid isn't bothering me at all. I think that's where a lot of the shimmer is coming from, so I'm actually gonna boost that. Have you ever asked yourselves a little bit of this sizzle? Great. So what this is doing is it's actually bringing the volume down. It's taming the peaks, but in itself bringing the volume down. So we have this output gain, which is super helpful, which we're going to bring up a few dB just to bring us back some volume. Or no, we're gonna play with this output gain to bring us back some volume. Moves the wheels of history. Have you ever asked yourselves in an hour of... I'm actually gonna bring this down a little bit so that we're only affecting 120 hertz to 1384. Oh my goodness. Finds during the... I'm gonna dial that back a little bit because I am an excessive boy. So let's take a look at the limiter. So the limiter is super helpful in that a limiter is going to do one full compression across the whole frequency spectrum. Limiter is a really heavy compression. It's like a super high ratio. We're gonna take the threshold down maybe about 1 decibel, close to it. And to see how that sounds. Alone moves the wheels of history. Have you ever asked yourselves in an hour of meditation, which everyone finds during the day? Let's take a listen without the EQ and without the multiband. Blood alone moves the wheels of history. Have you ever asked yourselves in an hour of meditation? And then after our edits. Blood alone moves the wheels of history. Have you ever asked yourselves in an hour of meditation? Massive difference, and I truly believe that no matter what kind of audio input or source that you're using, whether it be a boom mic, whether it be a podcasting mic, or whether it be your iPhone, you're going to be able to pull out a little bit more magic with an equalizer and a multiband compressor. How long have we been striving for greatness? There, crash course in audio. Whew. Crash course in audio. Wildly beneficial once I started learning how to make things sound good to my videos. Cause if it sounds bad, no one's gonna watch it. We must never acquiesce, for it is together we prevail.